I'm here joined with a good friend of mine, Noah. Welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I'm doing great, man.
Awesome.
How are you?
Doing good. Thanks
Could
for
have
coming.
been a better day.
Yeah, thanks for coming on the show today. I appreciate it. What are we sitting here in front of today?
We're looking at a Fiat 500
Okay.
from 2017. This is the base model with the sunroof.
Oh, you got the sunroof?
I got the sunroof.
And it's a manual, right?
It is indeed a 5-speed manual.
Okay. How much horsepower has it got?
101.
101. 101. It's better than 100.
It is. It's also not the least powerful car on the market. You got a couple others under it.
So what'd you have before this?
It was a 1997 Buick LeSabre. And that thing found itself on the side of the road more often than it found itself in the parking lot.
So I have to say, so me and Noah go back for a while, and I remember one time we were sitting in class one day, and you walked in pretty late, and the teacher was like, "Why he will rename unnamed." He walked in, and he's like, "Hey, why were you late?" And Noah was like, "Well, it was snowing, and I found myself on the side of a ditch one day." Remember that?
I do.
He gave you a hard time about that.
That was one of many times that winter. Had to have my dad drive like 7 miles to go jump my car while he was in the middle of a meeting.
I remember, oh gosh, what was it? I remember like people on the school bus drove by you, and they were like, "Hey, isn't that Noah?"
Dude. Yeah, I saw many people pass by me that day. None stopped.
So, how long have you had this car? How long have you had the 500?
It'll be going on 5 years in July.
Okay. Did you ever have any interest in getting the Abarth version of it?
I did, but this was back in the time where I had zero credit and quite frankly just couldn't afford it. I would have loved to get one.
What attracted you most to this car?
Those commercials from like 2012, 2013 with them going into the ocean and then showing up in the US. I'm like, dude, those things look so cool, and they're Italian. I'm Italian.
Dude.
And honestly, it's such a stupid selling point, but I mean, they just looked fun. And then when I finally got behind the wheel of one, I was like, because I test drove it, this exact one actually.
Okay.
And they were like, it was just such an awesome experience driving it. It was like a street legal golf cart.
Golf cart, yeah.
Is the best way I can describe it.
You got clubs in the back?
No, I don't. I've never swung. I've never swung at a real golf ball. That wasn't a putt.
Mini golf. Yeah, you bring a golf cart for mini golf. Hit the links. How often do you drive this car? Is this your daily?
This is my daily. I mean, in the warmer days of the year, I also have a motorcycle that I ride. But
okay, what brand you got?
It's a Yamaha FZ09. But I mean, for the most part, yeah, I find myself driving this a lot more because, I mean, anymore, it's just not practical to really ride the motorcycle unless it's just for fun. Yeah. I mean,
what are your plans for this? Do you think you're going to hold on to it for a while?
Dude, I'll drive it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah. That's a good plan. This is a good car to keep.
But I mean, I take good care of it. I mean, other than like, you know, the door sills every now and then will get dirty.
Yeah.
You know, that's about it.
Yeah.
I do all the maintenance on it. I do the oil, check the tires. You know, I bought it when it was brand new, so I know what it's supposed to sound like as well.
Yeah. You bought this brand new?
I did.
How many miles were on it when you drove off the lot?
Less than 100.
And how many are on it now?
Almost 60,000.
In 5 years?
Yeah.
That's
about 12,000 a year.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
That's some good mileage. You always want to drive. If this is a daily drive, you want to be driving. You know, you don't want to be sitting in the garage.
I mean,
all the
it's
time.
been pretty reliable.
What's your favorite aspect of this car?
I mean, honestly, it's just so much fun to drive. Like whipping around corners and like, I don't know. It's just there's not. I was a valet for about a year.
Yeah.
So you can imagine I've been in so many different cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've driven cars like a Porsche 911, a Corvette that was a 6-speed,
Yeah.
or 6 or 7, I don't remember, to be honest. I didn't get past 2. A Jaguar F-Type. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Porsches. I mean, Mercedes Maybach.
Wow.
Um,
Some top high-end cars you're talking about there.
so I mean, I've been around the block a few times, and it's just like, I don't know. Every day after I was done with my shift, I get behind the wheel of this thing. I'd be like, this is the car I want to be
in. Yeah. A good car needs to put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Every time you see it.
I mean,
yeah.
I used to drive around in the Buick, but I mean, this car, I find myself just driving all the time. Yeah, it's also, I mean, quite honestly, it's also a pretty recognizable car.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I go to a parking lot and it's all just, I mean, they're not all the same car, but I mean, it might as well be, because they're all SUVs that are like black, gray, or white. And
I agree with you. I agree with you.
This thing is just so unique that it's like, it's just like a smart car, like smart cars are super recognizable.
Yeah, the original 500 is an icon, dude.
Yeah. So I mean, it's, people will see it and it won't turn too many heads, but it'll at least turn some heads.
Yeah.
Which is enough for me, honestly.
Okay. So on the other side of that, if you have one, what's your least favorite aspect of this car? If you even have one.
I mean, storage space for sure. I mean, I have the back seats down.
I can imagine you can't really get a flat screen TV in the back of this car,
Yeah, I mean,
the Best Buy.
Self-maintaining is really hard. I mean, getting the oil out's fine.
Yeah.
It's changing the filter.
Yeah.
That's the pain.
I've heard stories.
I mean, I have some pretty meaty arms, and this is not the car for me to be working on, but I do it anyway.
Yeah.
By the end of me changing my filter, I have scrapes like all along my arm, and it's just, that's a pain. Other than that, I mean, there's not really anything that I can really say about this car that's too negative.
What's your favorite memory associated with this car? Your favorite story, good road trip you took it on, or first time you bought it, or what's your favorite part? What's your favorite story associated with the car?
I've taken it down to Hocking Hills before, and I believe I was in the car by myself.
Yeah.
And slapping through those gears and those hills are just like some of the most fun driving experiences. More for stick shift.
Yeah.
Because you're just downshifting all the time, engine braking, rev matching a lot. I mean, there's just a lot to do down there, even if it's not going to actually be at Hocking Hills, but driving through it is awesome as well.
Yeah. Is there any place that you'd want to take this on a road trip to?
Honestly, anywhere. I actually was planning on going to Vegas. If it wasn't for the space in the back, I would be taking this to Vegas.
Yeah.
But there's not anything I can think of, any place that I wouldn't take it, honestly.
Yeah, you wouldn't?
Yeah. I wouldn't, no, yeah.
So, last question. What could you see yourself buying when the time comes to retire the 500?
Quite honestly, I've been eyeballing some Fiat X19s.
Oh, yeah.
The boxy car from the 80s.
Yeah, I've seen
with the pop-up headlights.
I've seen a few. Oh, pop-up headlights, dude.
Pop-up headlights.
That's where the money's at.
It's got, I believe it's got a top that you can take off and put in the trunk.
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh man, that thing is it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I've seen so many listings of them, and they're pretty affordable too.
Yeah.
I don't know how reliable, but I guess that's a problem for future me to deal with.
What color would you take?
Any. They've all any color I've seen, they've all looked awesome.
Okay.
Of course, for me, I like driving stick so much. I'd have to get a standard.
Cool.
I'd do that, or as stupid as it may sound, the Fiat Multipla when you're able to import it. It's like the ugliest car.
Oh man, that'd be. I can just imagine you driving that car.
But it would just be so funny to drive it around that it's got like 2 faces.
It's got 3 seats in the front, dude.
Yeah, it's such a wonky car. It almost reminds me of a Pontiac Aztec, but worse somehow.
Oh man. Hey, maybe we'll have to do another video when you get the X1.
Yeah, X1. Maybe the Multipla.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Give me a call when you get those. We'll do another video. Cool. Well, hey man, thanks for coming on the show.
Yeah, man.
Enjoyed
Thanks for
it.
having me.
Maybe we can let's take a ride in that. You want to?
Sure.
Let's floor this thing. See what it's got. Respectable.
It's not fast.
Not too bad.
It sounds fast.
Yeah, I mean, hey, for 101 horsepower, I mean, this thing's not too bad. It's a little go-kart. It just sucks because like cars like these are so much fun, but like people want like practicality, you know?
Right.
And this is like,
how are you gonna fit a family?
Yeah,
even a family of 3.
You can't fit.
But like I admit, it's not practical. But fun doesn't have to be practical.
Yeah, I totally agree. SUVs are good, but I wish, it's sad to see like a bunch of cool sports cars and stuff slowly getting, taken out of the market because everything's just going straight. All automakers are going just pure SUVs and trucks and crossovers.
It's just such a comfortable drive. Like, whether you're the passenger or the driver, the seats are comfortable. It might not be the highest quality like seat posturing, I guess. Like
ergonomics.
Well, the movement of your seat, like it's a manual and it only clicks in certain positions.
Yeah.
But there's a lot you can do. Like, there's so much foot space in the passenger seat. And there's so much you can do with the driver's side. You can lift it up, shorten it.
Yeah.
Move it back as far as you want, which is nice if I'm eating food in my car or if I'm taking a nap or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I have done.
You slept in this?
Yeah.
How was the nap?
I mean, it was daytime, so it wasn't as good as it could have been. But
you weren't sleeping in a hotel parking lot or anything?
No, I was in college and it was between classes. But it was comfy.
Yeah. Yeah, that's actually that's a feature they should put on their website.
Like, you can sleep in the car.
Sleep in the car. 5 out of 5 stars for naps.
I mean, I know it's a bad investment to buy a brand new car, but I'll say I've certainly gotten my money's worth out of this thing.
You almost can't, like, unless you're buying like a car that's actually going to be like an investor's car, you really can't, like, I don't know, you can't really worry too much about like, oh, am I going to get my money back out of this? It's way better to worry about enjoying it than like worrying about like, oh, am I going to make every single dollar and penny back that I spent on it? Hello everyone, I just want to say, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch my video. It truly means the world to me, and I cannot say thank you enough. Last thing I'll say, stay tuned for more content to come soon. All glory to God, God bless.